Oh boy, it's a big one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Amy from Pen Venture. Welcome to another fountain pen review. And in this one, we are indulging ourselves into a true classic. Let's review my personal Omas Grand Paragon in Arco Bronze Celluloid. I am the sole person to blame for so many purchases in regards of my personal fountain pen collection, but not this one. For this one, I have to pass the blame on Penultimate Dave, because he was the one who intoxicated me with this fountain pen, and I ended up going for it and acquiring it. First of all, let's start with the plan for this review. In true Pen Venture style, I'm going to show you the fountain pen, I'm going to share some details regarding the pen company, the model, then I'm going to show you the details of it, a side-by-side size comparison, writing sample, and of course, at the end part of the video, I'm going to share some of my personal opinions regarding this fountain pen after I owned it for the last few months. I had a few opportunities to purchase this fountain pen from the secondary market, but not in the condition that I bought it from Letizia Jacopini, and not to the extent of myself trying to actually support someone with my personal funds. Letizia Jacopini is a person that has a lot of knowledge in regards of vintage Italian fountain pens, which I personally look up to, support, and I'm super happy because I purchased this fountain pen from her, complete with box, with everything, in a fantastic condition. A few information regarding the company. Omas. It's a company which is sadly no longer with us. It's been liquidated around 2015 January, but it was established in 1925, and they have a lot of models of fountain pens which I personally collect and like the Ogiva Alba, like the Paragon. The one that is at the top of the list is the modern Grand Paragon in Arco Bronze Celluloid. This fountain pen, it's been called a lot of names. I've heard the modern Paragon, the new Paragon, Arte Italiana Paragon. If I'm mistaken, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to show you first of all the customer experience with this fountain pen, what you get, because Omas did above and beyond to provide you with such a big box and make you feel important back in the day when this fountain pen was available. So I'm going to show you. This is how you would get to the inner box. Lift the lid. Inside we have a bottle of Omas ink, gray. I would love to have something like blue, black, or even red. We have this sleeve for your fountain pen and the warranty for your Paragon. Now let's get into the Grand Paragon in Arco Bronze Celluloid. Let's check it out in details. What we call modern Paragon is this fountain pen right here, which is very, very beautiful, and it's based on the classic Paragon model of Omas, and I believe the classic one appeared around 1960, and this one right here appeared in the early 2000s. So we can assume that this fountain pen has around 20 years since its making, and it's in such a good shape, and I love the condition of this fountain pen, and we are going to see the condition and how this fountain pen survived for 20 years in this top condition. The Omas Grand Paragon is featuring 12 facets beautifully displayed on a Arco Bronze Celluloid body. I believe this celluloid is amazing. I love the Arco Bronze Celluloid, and it's the rarest of them all. In my personal opinion, for Arco Celluloid, a combination in between having facets and a body which is tapering in towards this part right here and in this part right here, is going to display the most amount of variation in regards of the colors of the Arco Celluloid. And you can clearly see this on the body of the fountain pen. The stacked celluloid Arco Bronze, it's amazing. And in the condition that we have it on this Paragon, it's even more amazing, and I'm truly blessed to have such a fountain pen in my personal fountain pen collection. The finial starts pointy, and as we put it like so, we can clearly see that we have this beautiful silver ring, which is O from Omas. And I like this a lot on the finial displayed. The cap, we have the same 12 facets. The cap starts to pick up in girth, and around right here we have the largest diameter for the cap, which is 17 millimeters. The clip of the Paragon Grand is made out of sterling silver, and I believe it's quite a unique, and it's sort of a conversation starter. If you see this clip, it's very, very unique, and it is very easy to identify it on a Omas Grand Paragon. It's made out of sterling silver, like I told you. It is not that rigid, but you can take advantage and clip this fountain pen from your shirt. Let's move further, and we have the cap band right here, which is very, very beautiful. Again, sterling silver, facing from the clip, Omas engraved, Greek key design in this beautiful, beautiful facets. And right here on the back, we have the Paragon, Italy. So, you know, you're getting the Paragon. I'm gonna untwist and uncap the fountain pen, and one complete turn of the cap. This is amazing, not too many threads. And right here, I would like to point out that we have this part, which is the continuation of the cap, and it's made out of smoky resin. And this is where I would like to point out that I've seen some Paragons having some chips on that specific part, that plastic. Treat your Paragon very, very carefully, because there is no more Omas and the repairs are a nightmare. Moving further, we have the nib, and the nib is it's gorgeous. And we have this beautiful, beautiful motif on the nib. It is two-tone, 18 karat gold, Omas right here, a little bit of gold, and it goes so well with the overall theme of the fountain pen, and with the fact that we have silver on the section and the trim elements. Love this. Moving further, we have the ebonite feeder, which is sweet, sweet, and offers such a rich ink flow. I'm going to show you in a few moments in the writing sample, because this is a very, very nice nib. This is one of the very few fountain pens which I've kept up inked for the last, I believe, 6 months plus or minus. Since I've got it, it's completely inked every single day, every single week in my rotation. So that says a lot. It is not a giant nib. I would put it to be a size 6, right there, around there at least. And both the nib and the feet are friction fitted inside a ebonite housing, forming a sort of nib unit. The housing features 2 small holes, and if you have a specialty tool, you can take the housing out of the section by untwisting it, which I personally don't recommend, because the housings on Omas fountain pens, I think, are made out of ebonite. It is very, very likely to actually crack that housing. You guessed it, there is no more Omas, you cannot find any housings, and you need to outsource them, and it's going to be a nightmare. So if you want to take the nib out, I would recommend just pulling it out, both the nib and the feed out like this. On my fountain pen, I feel that the nib is writing perfectly. The ebonite feeder is hit set on the nib, and I have no problems whatsoever. So I will not take this nib apart from the fountain pen. Moving further, let's go into ergonomics. We have the section, which is made out of sterling silver. On the back right here, we have the hallmarks for sterling silver, and the shape of the section is very unique. It's sort of going down into diameter towards the nib. Right here towards the nib, we have this part which is displaying the same 12 facets like the entire body of the fountain pen, and it's a very, very nice feature. And I don't find that part to actually cause anything in regards of when I hold the fountain pen, or either that I'm writing with it. Right here, the threads of the cap, those are very, very polished and very, very small, and they don't feel at all, even if you grip the fountain pen by them. Right here, we have the barrel beginning, and the celluloid facets have a sort of step up, and it is not that noticeable, but anyway, we can see it visually. The diameter of the barrel at the thickest point right here is 15 millimeters. Coming down from the barrel right here, we have the piston filling mechanism knob. The piston has a huge ink capacity. By the looks of the diameter of the barrel, it is a very, very nice condition in regards of the age of the fountain pen, which is around 20 years old. Now let's put it side by side other fountain pens in order to understand the size proportions, and then we are going to go into the writing sample with this gorgeous 18 karat nib. Here we have the Omas Grand Paragon Arco Bronze next to a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande PM1 Vesuvio. Here we have a Visconti Homo Sapiens Florentine Hills, Omas Grand Paragon, Omas Ogiva Alba, and right here we have a Monte Grappa 1930 Extra. Uncapped, the Grand Paragon sits very, very nice in between, I would say, a Momento Zero Grande and a Visconti Homo Sapiens, taller than a Homo Sapiens and a little bit shorter than a Momento Zero Grande. It is taller than a Ogiva Alba and a lot more taller than a Montegrappa 1930 Extra. Capped like this, the Omas Grand Paragon measures 150 millimeters. Uncapped like this, it measures 136 millimeters. The total weight of the fountain pen uncapped is 33 grams and capped like this is 48 grams. This is a very beautiful fountain pen in regards of the size aspect, the proportions, how it feels, how it is, and it is not a joke. I've been keeping up this fountain pen inked ever since I've got it, and that says a lot of how much I love this design, how much I like to write with this fountain pen. I'm going to show you how it's writing in a few moments in the writing sample. Let's use the Omas gray ink because I love it, and why not? It's been in the box and I think it's safe. And let me put everything right here on the table. Let me grab some paper towels, and we are going to resume with the inking. In order to ink up this Omas Grand Paragon, one must untwist the end knob, which is the piston knob as well, submerge the fountain pen in ink, then twisting it clockwise, you fill it up with ink. Let's begin with some few words, and we have the pen. Omas Paragon Grand, and I'm going to put a Arco Bronze Celluloid ABC ink. Omas Gray, maybe it's a E, I think so. Nib 18C carats, and this is a fine point if you believe it, but it's so sweet and different from any other fine points that I have. Paper, we are on 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. And now the wetness test. Watch this. This is a pass and this is a double pass. It is a fire hose of a nib. It is so wet for a fine, and it's so glorious and so spectacular. Although the fine line aspect of this fountain pen, it's not that fine. It is sort of a medium, but anyway, it's marked with a fine, and it's so wet. And I think this is a dry ink. Usually in my experience, gray inks are a little bit drier. Normal, figure of eights, and just like I told you, it feels like a fat, fine, almost like a medium. If you have a little bit of a heavier hand, it will write like a medium. Now we have some flex, and let's apply a little bit of pressure. There is some give, but not in any way flex, in my opinion. We cannot call this one a flex nib, or like it's going to flex. No, it's going to take those two tines a little bit more apart, and more ink will come down from the feed, and that will result in sort of a medium plus line, but it's not a flex. Let's use the famous sentence, and we have the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Nice writer, very smooth for a fine point. It is practically without any feedback. It's just glassy smooth, but it's not a true fine in my opinion, because it writes like a close to a medium or so. But it is very nice and very adorable as a nib. You actually strive not to find reasons to just put this fountain pen down. It's a fountain pen that's asking for you to use it, and this is why I think this is one of the very few fountain pens which remained ink in my rotation for that amount of time. It's like 6+ months. Let me put the fountain pen right here, and let's analyze a little bit my personal opinions regarding the Omas Grand Paragon. I promise you I'm going to strive myself to be very objective with this fountain pen and to really give you the goods and the bads. First of all, it is a very popular model. With Omas no longer with us, it is going to have a price which is going to reflect that. Anyway, I paid for mine, I believe around 1,500 euros. It came with the bottle of ink, with the box, with the warranty, with everything. So it's complete and in very, very good condition. In regards of the silver, there is no scratches on the body of the fountain pen, there is no dings, there is no major restoration with taking parts from a different fountain pen. Everything is together and everything is there. I actually took it from Letizia Jacopini and I'm super happy that the funds get to her, and I was very, very happy with having this fountain pen from such a big name in our industry. And you can actually find some of her fountain pens for sale on 10pen.et. I'm gonna put the link down below if you're looking for something very sweet. The fountain pen is popular, it's no longer made, and it's very, very sought after. And I love every single aspect in regards of this fountain pen. I've seen it at the London Pen Show, I believe 2 or 3 years ago, in the collection of Penultimate Dave. I tried to get it from him, not possible. If you are possible to get some of the fountain pens from Dave, big congrats on that. I couldn't. Anyway, I found it and it's been with me for the past 8 months. So the pricing, it's there. You can take that into consideration when having this fountain pen. Analyze every single detail, condition, box, documents, where you get it, correct nib, and if it's going to be okay for you to pay that price, go for it, because you wouldn't mind to have such a fountain pen in your collection. In writing, the fountain pen behaves very well. It's very, very balanced. It is very, very likable. I don't know what the word to use it, but it's one of the very few fountain pens in my collection that's actually asking for me to take it and to write with it. The nib is gorgeous. This 18-karat fine point is one of the top 3 nibs in my collection. Ebonite keeps up very well. It's very wet. I love how it writes and the writing experience with it. I wouldn't post it. It becomes a little bit back heavy and too long in my opinion. I'm not overlooking the fact that this fountain pen is made in Arco Bronze Celluloid. I love the material, but I think by now you already know how rare it is, what it is, how much it is going to weigh in regards of having it on an Omas fountain pen. It's the crown jewel of celluloids. It's a very, very sought after material. And what you look forward to have in such a fountain pen, it's a very bright pattern, which is completely aligning, like on my fountain pen, although the end part right here, it's not completely aligning. Maybe I will have to get in touch with Tom Westerrick to see if it's possible to do something about this and to completely align this beautiful pattern and to actually gain a little bit more value in regards of this fountain pen. But I'm going to overlook this aspect because I'm a purist and I want to keep the fountain pen as I got it. Let's mention a few things regarding this fountain pen which I came to notice that are not that maybe on my taste. Maybe they are not that important for you, but it's worth pointing them out when you are going to spend that amount of money on a Grand Paragon in Arco Bronze. The clip, it's going to be a little bit difficult in regards of carrying this fountain pen with you in a pen case because it has this shape right here. This is sort of like a bow. It will make the fountain pen feel a little bit funnier and you couldn't carry this fountain pen in normal cases. If you slide this in a very, very tight pocket of a jean or anything like this, it may bend this clip. I don't know if it's noticeable, but I'm gonna unscrew the cap. Quick look here where the section is going to meet the body of the fountain pen. Here we have silver, here we have celluloid. We have a gap right here. It's sort of the gap which allows you to take your fingernail and to put it in between the section and the barrel. When I showed this fountain pen to an expert in regards of vintage fountain pens, we are dealing with a person which has more than 45 years of experience in regards of making pens. He told me that it's celluloid. With years, it's going to dry, it's going to contract, and some of the gaps will appear. Also, some of the gaps like the threads of the capping system make the cap to be not that super tight and everything to work perfect. In regards of the trims, we have sterling silver, and with the age of this, it will gather patina rather more quickly than modern silver fountain pens. Maybe the modern ones have sort of a layer of protection on them. I don't mind to have patina on such fountain pen. I do believe it looks gorgeous, but if you are OCD and you want to wipe it off, it's going to be a little bit more tricky with the shape of the clip and having a buffing rag in between the clip right here, on the facets right here, and the section with the threads, and it's very easy to get ink on that polishing cloth from the feeder and the nib, and yeah, keep that in mind because it's going to be a little bit trickier to buff the shine from the silver. And the piston filling mechanism, it's not the smoothest one that I have. I have noticed that is sort of the theme with other Omas fountain pens. I don't know if it's the usual with the fountain pens from this age. I don't think that the piston is going to glide on the celluloid inside of the barrel. I believe it has a sleeve which is made out of Teflon or plastic or something like this, and that tube can be exchanged and the piston assembly as well, but that practically involves taking the fountain pen apart, which I'm not a huge fan of. Like I told you, I'm a purist and I want to keep it in the same condition that it left the factory. This is what I have for you in regards of my Omas Grand Paragon in Arco Bronze Celluloid. I hope you enjoy my content. If you find my content useful, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. This will help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. If you have any other questions in regards of the Omas Grand Paragon, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you have suggestions for my reviews, that will help me a lot. Share this video with your friends. Let me know what you think about it. Also, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll find the details for our website, our social media accounts, my phone number, email, anything and everything that you may need in order to get in contact with me. If you are looking for a next writing instrument, choose PenVenture and I will help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to the PenVenture YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed yet, you can do that right now. Just click there, turn the notification bell on, and you will be notified whenever we have new content. Speaking about content, if you want to continue watching my videos, I'm gonna leave you this right here. You can click and enjoy. As always, I'm your host Amy, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.